Morning, morning, morning. Hello to you, Robin G. Whilst I remember, hang on, let me do this. Whilst I remember, so I won't remember in a second. Ba 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 ba. Where's it gone? Where have you gone, you mofo? Here we are. Here you go. Hello, good morning to everybody. Um, if you want to support our lovely Amy, who had just had breast cancer, Robin G sent me a link for a meal train that they're doing for her. That's the link if you can donate, if you want to donate, or if you've got any spare money to donate to Amy as she recovers from her fight with breast cancer. So there we are. I hope Amy is fine. I've not seen or spoken to her in quite a while, but hopefully she's doing good. So that's the link for that. Um, SJC ruling coming out after 10. Yes, 10 o'clock this morning. I'm not sure if it's going to be bang on 10 or if it's going to be, you know what they're like. They could make you drag, but yes. So there's that. Hopefully we will hear about that. Good morning, Sandy. Hello, my darling. How are you? Nice to see you as always. Right, hang on. I got this here now. Then. Yeah, Trucker. Hello, my darling. How are you as well? Hope you're well. Robin G. Keith, how are you doing, fella? Morning, ladies. Hey, Keith. Brenda, good morning to you, my darling. Brenda Henderson, how are you, my darling? Megan, hello to you. And just had a message from your mother, actually. So, no worries at all, Robin G. She's going to the doctor today. Okay, thank you for letting us know. I've tried to leave her alone. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Good morning, Daffodil. How are you, my darling? I hope you're okay, my darling. Our thoughts are with you as always, Daffodil. Don't forget hit that like button. Thank you, Brenda. She's a little set. She has. Oh no. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Send her my love and everyone's love, please, Robin. As I say, I don't want to bombard her with stuff, so I try not to message her or anything. It's not because I don't want to. I imagine she'd get inundated with stuff. So if you do speak to her, or if you message her, please send my love, Robin. Good morning to Daffodil. Morning, Keith. My stomach is so sick waiting for this. I know. I've not thought about it with the whole thing because, it's SJC. It's just like so hard. But hopefully we get a great result today. But I think the worst, if something happens, happy days. My mother's a hoot. We love her though. There you go. Good morning to you, Leonard, Dana. Happy days. There we go. I'll try and promote it in the next stream as well, as in, you know, throughout the day. I think the SGC rules favourite today for Karen. I have a good feeling. Happy days. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, Keith. Hopefully, you're right. Whilst I remember this, shout out as well to Crystal. She wanted me to share with you. If you remember, her brother Jimmy died recently. It's his heavenly birthday today. So happy heavenly birthday to Jimmy. Jimmy Dean Ashworth, who is obviously Crystal's brother. Oh, well, actually, Megan's uncle, then. Saying that. So there you go, Crystal. We're thinking of you, Crystal. Crystal's having a bad day. So hugs to you, Crystal. Hope you're okay, my darling. You know where we are. So there you go. Happy heavenly birthday to Jimmy as well. So hopefully, there you go, Megan. Thoughts are with you as well, my darling. There you go. I hope they took so long because they were waiting. Right, and the little judges have to poll jury no matter what. It should be a thing, though, shouldn't it? You would think that it's a thing. I was surprised it's not. It's not a thing in maths, so it's not just Bev. It's not a thing. But yeah, I'm surprised not all states do that. But Oh, hello, Crystal. Good morning to you, Crystal. Right. Look at Dana with his pink speedos. Right. Also, let me share this from. He's not here yet. From the Swedes from last night in Norwood. Hang on. Here we go. There you go. There she is. Our lovely Tracy. New England Patriots. Free Karen Reid. Jeepers. Peter Murphy, our hero. Whenever you got a hero, you need a villain. And here's a villain. Dana Leonard. I'm joking. No villain in Dana. Hope you're well, Dana. Look at that. What a group of people last night. And obviously the big man himself, Dennis Sweeney, Peter Murphy. The hero, Peter Murphy, as well. Kurt, you were all asking about Kurt yesterday. Well, Kurt in the flesh, right here. Our lovely, adorable Queen, Dina. We love Dina here. More pictures from the pizza dive bar. Here they go, the glasses for it's Alison, Erica, Dina, like with the glasses. Love it. There they go. Bit of pizza, a few beers, and the group themselves last night. I know there's been a lot more pizza drives, pizza dive nights for Karen across Mass. It's been lovely to see them. Lovely to see them all. Look at these beautiful people. I mean, look, they are so all of us beautiful people, except obviously for this guy. Everyone else, though, they are beautiful. Look at them, amazing people. Again, except for this guy. So there we are. Is there another picture? Oh, another one there. Yeah. Look at look at this one. Look at Dana. 2 fingers up. Oh, you know, Dana. So yeah, I cannot wait to meet a lot of these people. They are the heroes of the movement for me, the unsung heroes. So there we go. Right, I'll take that off. I just noticed actually. Hang on, let me put it back up. I just noticed our lovely Dina here. Look at Dina looking up. Dina, we love you. Heart, heart. Looks like I've given her big ears, but that's supposed to be a heart. I was going to hold one finger up for you. It held up 2. One for you, one for me. Good morning, Tim. How are you, Space Coast? Right, let's take that down. And also, there's lots more pictures on the groups. Please go and look at them. Resist the silence and stuff like that. There's a ton of them. So, and cheapers. I gave Dennis a big schlong again, didn't I? Give Dennis a big schlong. Right. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. Hang on. I need to get this. Hello, Deb. How are you, my darling? Right. Let me get out to that one. Where did I put the stream? Oh, here it is. Day 6. Day 6. I'll get that on the screen now. Share screen. There you go. So we're back to here. Let me boost it already, Deb, for you, my darling. Boosted already for you. I'll put it here. Hello, Chrissy. Hello, my darling. Hi, beautiful chat. I'm not into this case, but said no worries at all. And this is, I'm glad we're covering it. This is a very intriguing case. But no worries, Chrissy. I will see you in a bit. Delan, I like the new picks. To be honest, I like yours the best. Ah, thank you, darling. Thank you. I just try to fucking stick Dana in the pink one. Good morning. Hey, Sassy. Dana's trying to get hold of you, Sassy. Dana's been trying to get hold of you. I'm not sure if he's managed to do it, but he's trying to get hold of you, my darling. I'm not sure. Dana's here somewhere. He yesterday said if you see Sassy, tell her I try to get hold of her. So Sassy, Dana's trying to get hold of you. I'm excited for SJC ruling. Will he be coming? Is it live? Will it not be just a document? I didn't know they were doing it live. To be honest with you, Chrissy, are they doing it live? I thought they would just send out a memo. If it's live, I'll do it. But I don't know if it's live. Somebody find out for me if it's live. We'll because if it's live, I'll pause this and zoom it. Then you see. So yeah, if it's live, I will do it, Chrissy. As long as it's not. Whoops. Because I can pause this one. Hey, Sassy, Space Ghost, thanks to Lan. No worries at all, Deb. Morning, Rhode Island. Happy days. There you go. Hello, hippie chick, my darling. Yeah, I suspect it's going to be a memo. I imagine, not actually a live. I don't think they're going to announce anything live or anything. I tell you who's really good as well. I watched the recap yesterday. Brother Council. Wow. I was looking. hadn't seen the motion come out yesterday from Melly Little about the CCTV stuff, and I didn't want to watch like long streams, so I was looking for a clip like 10 minutes long or something for someone to show it. And he's doing these videos which are like 10, 15 minutes long. He just goes straight into it. There's no fucking bang. He's fucking great. If you don't follow him, people, I would suggest you put him on your bucket list. He's actually really, really good. He explains it. And he doesn't mind pointing out mistakes as well, because he's like, not Mary Little, sorry. Eliza Little's done it this way. I don't agree with that. She should have done it this way to emphasize this and that. And he's like, well, they've done this for these reasons. And I was like, fucking hell. I've spent 10 minutes listening to this guy and I already feel so intelligent. I just like that. I like that kind of bang. This is what we're doing. This is what it is. Bam, 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 bam. Not mulling around, going through every line. And you're just like, these are the important bits. The middle part, bullshit, all this bullshit. Don't worry about any of that. It's just like padding it out. So I will promote him because I think he's very, 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 very good. And I don't like many people. If I like you, that means you must be fucking good. So if you want recaps, if you want stuff like that, he would be my shout to go and watch for a legal analysis. Good afternoon, beautiful appropriate. Hope you're doing okay, my darling. Hope you're not in too much pain today.
Well, Margaret talks about the fact it's rare.
Hope you're okay, my darling.
Like,
how's the stream set up on your? No worries. Look, if she's covering it,
if you all make me copies of the cases.
If it's a document, I probably won't be covering it because it's going to be like legal jargon. I might just go through it quickly, but yeah, she'll probably go in depth on it. So if you want to see the in-depth answer on it, Keith says he's good. Happy days, Keith. I agree with you. I'll come tell you. Haha, I like Brother Council. He's good. I've only just found him. He's great. Direct to the point. I don't know you were Chippendale dancer. I tried to be on the weekends. Dana brought me into the game. Give me that info and I'm keeping step in. See you in a bit, Chrissy. Woke up in tears, not pretty. I'm joking. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I genuinely am. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Beautiful and appropriate. Health is a fucking hell of a thing, isn't it? We all take it for granted, in a lot of ways, and I'm so sorry that you're living through pain. Genuinely, my darling.
rely on that facts or the wrong law, then that's a piece of crap. Before we bring the jury in, I am almost have the second draft of the charge ready. It's been my habit over the last 10 years to define the words that have to be defined in a definition section. And I think that's fine. And again, I was talking with Ms. Jones about this. I think that's fine with regard to like the definition of child or the definition of something. But when it comes to mens rea terms, knowing for the homicide counts, I have to define those within the count. Because it doesn't make sense that intentional means you formed an intent to kill on a case that's not a homicide. And then I got to looking at, there's two ways that you can form intent or knowing or even reckless. You've got nature of the conduct, and you've got result of the conduct. And additionally, I have put both in the definition section, but I have gone back and so this is the reason you don't have the second draft yet. I'm thinking I'm going to have to put for certain charges the definition of knowing in the count, even on non-homicide, because, for example, assault, the definition of knowing is nature or result. But with child abuse, the definition of knowing is nature only, not result. And I want that to be correct. In this case. I want to correct in all cases. So it may be this afternoon before we get a copy.
I did notice a couple of typos in there.
Yeah, I found some.
Okay.
But we'll go on.
I have them marked, but I don't have them in front of me to tell you what they are.
I found where on the felony murder, I still have especially wrong.
Yes, in one count there, you have the wrong name of the defendant.
Yeah, on the verdict.
I think it's somewhere else too, because I didn't read the verdict.
We're at 77 pages.
You get that done in 15 minutes, can't you?
77 pages to read out to the jury.
They said it took him 2 minutes a page, so that would have been 2.5 hours.
Right. That is signal.
I don't think I want to say on the record.
What? So far, 77 pages of jury instructions.
If you want to get your next witness headed this way.
It's because the reason is because there's so many charges. There's 19 charges. Wow. And we sometimes forget.
Everyone stand,
It's
please.
just not a murder charge. It's all the no. There's no arrested. No. They're just putting the charges together. Wow, 77 pages. No, it's not 19, Robin. It dropped one. Charge 18 was dropped before the trial started. So it's down to 19. Unless they've added another one on. Hello, Christine.
You may be seated. Thank you.
I know, hippie chick.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As we start off each court session, I gave you certain admonitions yesterday before you left. Does any juror have anything to report with regard to those admonitions? Nope. If you do, raise your right hand. Nobody's raised their hand. General, call your next witness.
Statement called Christopher Wilhoit.
Well, but they've not arrested obviously, but I think they're on track then if he's done a second charge and document.
Raise your hand, sir. State your name.
Chris Wilhoit.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and the truth.
Yes.
Dana as well. Sassy's here, Dana. Dana and the Sassy is here, by the way.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You are Christopher Wilhoit, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And where are you employed?
I'm employed with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
And what is your position there?
I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Johnson City Criminal Investigation Division
And how long have you been employed with TBI?
since 2001.
What was your assignment back in February of 2020?
Same assignment. I was the Assistant Special Agent in charge of that unit and working on the Evelyn Boswell case.
Okay. Well, you anticipated my next question. So you did in fact assist the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office in their investigation into the disappearance of Evelyn Boswell?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what was your role as far as within the TBI or in that investigation?
Just participated in the investigation in any way possible. We also had a case agent that was assigned to the case, a number of agents that also worked on the case. And I was here to, for lack of a better term, lend a hand and help in any way possible.
All right. Specifically, I want to draw your attention to February the 23rd of 2020. Did you encounter the defendant, Megan Boswell, on that day?
Yes, sir.
And did you have an opportunity to speak with her?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you would kind of tell the jury the circumstances around you talking with Miss Boswell.
So I was at the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office that day. Miss Boswell had been interviewed that day, and following her interview, she left and went downstairs. I walked downstairs, or I guess I took the elevator downstairs and went outside where she was located and merely asked her if she was waiting on a ride. And at that point, she began talking to me about Evelyn. So I asked her if she wouldn't mind coming back inside and if I could take a statement from her.
All right. Now, where all this occurred, was this over here at the sheriff's office?
Yes, sir.
Sullivan County Sheriff's Office.
Right as you walk out the front door there, it's kind of a ramp that goes down, and she was standing against those bars there.
Okay. That's right around the corner from where we are right now here in Blumpville, Sullivan County, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You mentioned that she began speaking with you. Did she know who you were?
I don't know. I at some point in time, I'm confident she knew that I was with the TBI or that I was law enforcement.
Okay. Did you identify yourself to her?
Yeah. At some point in time, I told her, that I was Chris Wilhoit and I was with TBI.
All right. And I think you said this earlier, but when you actually went to speak with Miss Boswell, where did you go? Where over in the building did you all talk?
I went back upstairs because I asked her to come back into the lobby, and I went back upstairs to get a pad, a piece of paper to write on, and a writing to her, a pen. And so I came back downstairs and I sat in the lobby and talked to her there.
Okay. So this was downstairs, not upstairs in the interview rooms. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Kind of tell the jury how this interview process went about. How did you conduct the interview with Miss Boswell?
Well, I don't know that it's I don't know that this is the correct term, but I call it a cognitive interview. And so what I try to do is just ask her kind of what happened. And when I do, I try to get the details to the nth degree, if I can, just, to find out, just so that there's nothing missing, just so we can find out what happened.
Okay. So did you write that down as you were speaking with Miss Boswell?
I did, sir.
All right. And did you record this interview?
I did.
Okay. How did you record it?
I had a digital tape recorder, or digital recorder. It's not a tape recorder, digital recorder that I used.
So you recorded it audio only. Is that correct?
Well, recorded it on paper and recorded it audio.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess to be a little more specific, there was no video recording of this.
No, sir, there wasn't. No.
Okay. You had a chance to listen to that recording of the interview that you did with Miss Boswell.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And the recording that you listened to, was it a true and accurate recording of your interview with her on February the 23rd of 2020?
Yes, sir.
Judge, I would move to make that an exhibit at this time.
No, sir.
Be Exhibit 228.
All you want recording?
Yes, Judge. I would ask at this time to publish that to the jury.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
February 23rd, 11:22 p.m. I have been sitting down across from you the whole time. What's your full name?
Megan Nicole Boswell.
M-E-A-G-A-N?
Yeah. N-I-C-O-L-E.
I-C-O-L-E? What's your date of birth?
3/21/01. That girl that hung out with my mom went missing the same time Evelyn did. What if my mom gave her to her? Well, what if you find her and she doesn't want to give Evelyn back to me?
I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just being honest with you. Do you know that's not what happened?
I mean, no, but they went missing around the same time.
Who did?
That Steffi girl, I never knew her name, just like I would see her in the car with my mom sometimes. I'm pretty sure they did drugs together, to be honest with you.
Okay.
My mom doesn't really hang out with quality people.
You told me right outside here that on the 14th and the 16th.
Yeah.
So tell me what happened.
Okay, I just wanted a break. So I kept Evelyn for.
So did you call your mom? Okay. Do you remember what day it was? Was it?
I don't, to be honest with you.
Tell me what had happened that day. Why it was that you decided on that day you wanted a break?
I was just really tired, going to work every day and coming back. I just wanted a break.
So where was your baby at? Had been staying at before while you were going, you were working at the chicken shack?
Yeah. Either with the mommy or babysitter.
So, I was working at the chicken shack. My mom or my
Oh, mommy.
old mommy.
No, I mean, oh, mommy for the first one. I'm a babysitter. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Old mommy or babysitter.
I don't know why there's a couple times my mom did watch Evelyn just because like her milk and then we go.
And the child. Was old mommy keeping the child all the way up to the 14th and the 16th?
I went back and forth between people because sometimes she wouldn't feel good and like sometimes babies were gonna watch her and it was just a mess.
But she kept her
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Can we just start there and then get this over with, please? Okay. I called my mom just because I wanted a break and she told me that I remember what we were going to go that night.
call my mom. Cause I need a break. This was sometime between December
Yeah.
14th and 16th. So did your mom come to where you were, which was where?
That's right. She wasn't supposed to know I was staying there, so I didn't want her around. He told me if she came over and like that I couldn't stay there anymore and he wouldn't like help me out or anything like that.
Okay, to my trailer. How did you call your mom? All right, what phone number did she have?
It was whatever Jude's number is now.
Jude?
Yeah.
A phone. And the number
I don't remember anymore, to be honest with you.
is the number
She's had like 10 different phones since then. I just,
that Jude, who Jude?
this guy that they live with.
Now, you don't remember the number? Okay.
I'm sorry, like she's had 10 different numbers since then. I remember 3 of them, the rest of them just kind of, I just don't remember.
So you called her, what time was it she came over?
Not Tom. It wasn't too long after I was working there for like 7
So you got off work?
Yeah.
And you went over to the trailer?
Mhm.
So- Work. To the trailer.
What happens if we all find Evelyn? Am I gonna get her back or if the person wants to keep her?
Let's work on finding her. Huh? Okay,
Or can you give me an answer on that?
I will. I'll do my best to find out what we can do. I got off work and went to the trailer. That's where you called your mom from?
I called her on the way to work. My car, well, the cruise had
The way
like
home from
Bluetooth.
work?
Yeah, it had like a touch screen where, you could just hit like phone, contacts, whatever, like you didn't have to like pick up your cell phone. You know what I'm saying?
You had the number that you had back then. What was the number?
My 579 number.
On the way home.
Like I said, my car had like a touch screen where, you could plug your phone up and it'd be like contacts, calls, like, I'm talking about, they had like Apple Play in the car.
Call. Call.
Okay, I told her I just wanted a break. I was supposed to get one the next day.
You mean you're supposed to get her the next day
Supposed to pick her up the next day.
from your mom?
Mm-hmm.
So mom comes over there. What's she driving? Who's she with?
She's with Will. I don't remember what car they were, to be honest with you, it was dark. It was a little sedan, if that matters for me.
Who's with?
Her boyfriend. You know that.
Will, what's his last name? Small sedan. Color, you know anything? What color was it?
It was a dark car, and it was not dark. And unfortunately, it didn't work at the time, so I mean, like, I opened the door for maybe like 10 seconds, handed Evelyn to her, and then went back in.
Your mom didn't come in and try it?
Mhm.
So what was Evelyn wearing when she went with your mom?
I already told you about that, the little cool,
I wasn't in there.
it's a little hot pink like tracksuit, the matching boat and shoes. It's a Puma tracksuit.
Had she been wearing this all day?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just asking.
Does that make it bad because she's wearing it?
No, no.
No,
so-
she was wearing it all day.
Evelyn was wearing
She didn't get dirty, so I
Hey.
didn't change her.
a small,
A Puma
a Puma
tracksuit, it's hot pink.
track suit.
It's hot pink and she had a bow to match. And the shoes.
Huh?
With shoes that matched too.
Shoes were pink.
Mm-hmm. They were Puma shoes. They matched the tracksuit. Okay, so she takes her.
What time had you picked? So had old mommy had her that day?
Mm-hmm. To be honest with you, that was one of the days, like, a mommy kept it for a little bit, and like, the babysitter kept it for a little bit, and I just can't, honest God, remember which one I picked her up from, but I think it was a mommy.
How did she get from old mommy to the babysitter?
I like what?
When?
I don't remember when, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, it's tired, I'm sleepy.
Who was the babysitter?
Sue.
You left work like around lunch or when?
It was after lunch. I really don't remember the exact time, to be honest with you.
You realize that's important though, right? I mean, these details are very important for us to try to find the child. Also kept it. I left work sometime.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay, so mom picks her up.
hold on. Evelyn. Took her to Sue's trailer, house, what she live in?
I think it's a double line. I think you consider it a double line.
Home. Tell me this. Why did you have to pick her up from old mommy and take her to Sue's? Why for the change?
Mom would get tired watching it.
So did old mommy call you and tell you she was tired that day?
She's old, she's 70 years old.
So she called and told you, I'm tired, I can't watch her.
Mm-hmm. She never meant it in a bad way.
Mommy called. That day.
Dad used to do that too, like, if I left somewhere and I was gone longer than I was supposed
She
to.
was tired and could not keep her any longer. That is why I took her to Sue. I left work to do that. Did you call Sue before you took her over there?
Mm-hmm. Her name on my phone was literally Sue Babysitter.
Huh?
Her name on my phone was literally Sue Babysitter.
So, so then you must have picked her up from Sue that day.
Like I said, I really don't remember who hit her first and who dropped her off.
I know, but at this point, we're confident that old mommy had her,
Right.
that you picked her up and took her to Sue. You wouldn't have taken her back to old mommy at any point in time.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Okay, so you went and picked her up from Sue on that day.
Can you get back to my mom?
We can as soon as we get this finished.
Okay,
All right, so what time did you pick her up from Sue?
whenever I got off work.
Which was about what time?
Probably 6:30.
So you pick her up at 6:30. Anybody with you? Just you. Nobody at Sue's.
I don't know. If her husband was
I
there,
can't cope. How are you doing today? I know you hate my voice and my songs, so I made this just for you, Compo, better known Compo. Thank you to Robin G for making that name called Paul for thee.
Sue still has Evelyn's pack and play in the city broken some of her clothes.
From that day.
Yeah. I haven't back in home.
So you had taken that from old mommy's to over there that day?
My mommy never kept her pack and play there.
Okay, so
Erin
Sue-
Hatchie drives the bus, yellow bus, yellow bus. Erin Hatchie drives the bus all day long.
Did Sue have this that day? She already had it?
Yeah, but it was Evelyn's pack and play. It's like pink, got flowers on it. Well, like the insert of the bed playpen is pink and it's got like the edges of it's like white and it's got pink roses on it.
Okay.
Like, have you seen a pack and play?
Mhm.
I'm assuming you have a kid, okay? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the design or whatever.
I
that is.
can't cope. How are you doing today? I know you hate my voice and my songs, so I made this just for you, Compo, better known Compo. Thank you to Robin G for making that name called Paul for thee.
On the very top part, like that other part, it's like a red coat pack and play. It's
Yeah.
white with pink roses.
Yeah, but Sue,
Already has a pack and play.
Okay.
I left it in before.
Yeah.
And some
so
clothes.
she had clothes, so,
And she maybe had. a
but
couple
you had
toys.
dressed Evelyn that day, right?
Yes.
In this Puma outfit.
Yeah.
So she didn't change clothes or anything like that.
Well, no, Sue still has clothes that I dropped off there for Evelyn.
No
because
problem.
they could change.
So you pick up Evelyn,
Yeah.
right? 6:30. Did you call your mom from when you were going from Evelyn's house or Sue's house to your trailer?
Mhm.
Okay. Tell me this. Were you or were you not living with Hunter at the time?
On and off.
On and off.
Mhm. I wasn't necessarily like living there, but I stayed a couple nights there. Okay, so mom picks Evelyn up.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're going to Mendota. I'm like, okay.
So wait a minute. So your mom doesn't come inside. So is this conversation you're having with your mom, is it standing at the door?
She's like, we're going to Mendota. I'm like, here's Evelyn's stuff, Bob. Like, it was really quick.
Okay, how far is Mendota?
I I don't know, I've never been. How far is Manila? Do you know?
I don't, the reason I'm asking though is did you ask like, does she need a toothbrush? Does she, or not a toothbrush, but does she need like overnight stuff?
I did send her overnight stuff. Mine was supposed to go overnight, I was supposed to go the next morning.
Okay, so you had a bag that you gave to your
It wasn't a
mom.
bag, it was a little basket.
It was a basket.
It's blue. It had like diapers and like I gave like some
Did
milk.
Will get out of the car and come with her to the door?
No.
Okay, so when my mom came to the door,
Mhm.
okay, were you planning on your mom keeping her that night?
Mhm.
Okay, so
So I sent overnight stuff.
when mom came to the door, did you tell her that on the phone?
Yeah, she knew.
Okay,
She was aware. Supposed to go the next day.
into the door, I gave her basket
It was a blue basket. Does that matter?
that was blue.
Does that matter at all?
It had overnight clothes.
Yeah. Well, anytime I ever took Evelyn anywhere, I sent with extra clothes. Because babies get dirty.
Overnight clothes
Diapers, milk.
and extra clothes. It also had
You're really thorough.
diapers and milk.
Yeah.
What kind of milk?
All milk.
Whole milk, not any kind of formula or anything like that. She just drank whole milk.
Yeah, around 9 months old, like she started spitting formula back up. So I switched her on whole milk. My pediatrician told me not to, but like she never spit up again and she was fine, so I just kept her on whole milk.
Just whole milk. Did you put some kind of cold thing in there to keep the milk cold?
I gave it to her like out of the whatchamacallit, the fridge. I'm sorry, I'm half asleep. Please bear with me. I've been remembering.
My mom. Right out of the fridge.
Should I not have done that?
I don't know. I don't know where she was going or what the deal was. So what did your mom say to you when she left?
That I can get her mom to go.
Okay. My mom said,
I can get her mom to go.
tomorrow, pick her up. So at some point, she's got to tell you where she's going.
Mendota.
I know that, Megan, but it's important about how and when she told you. Did she tell you that at the beginning of the conversation while you were on the phone or at the door or at the end?
Well, we were on the phone. She told me her will go to Mendota from now on.
Yeah. Her and Will, we're going to Mendota. Okay. Now, did she say we're going over there to camp or to see somebody, or what did she say?
I mean, I just assumed camp, I'm not gonna lie to you. They always camped out there. Will has a camper.
At Mendota? What's it look like?
I've never seen it, to be honest with you. It's just a camper. I think it's at Jude's now. Or it was at Jude's. It's just a camper.
What kind of camper is it?
A camper. I've never laid eyes on it to tell you that it was camper. Like what kind of camper it was or anything like that. I'm sorry.
Did your mom say we were going camping?
I don't know anywhere else you could stay in Mendota. Other than that
I
camper.
understand that, but what else did she say?
That was it. I was really like, here's Evelyn, here's your stuff, see you, Bob. was a quick exchange. It's like along like Holston River, I guess. That's what my dad told me.
How'd your dad know?
Because my mom got like a trespassing charge because she like walked over property one day, like in Scott County, but he was like, that river flows through Mendota. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he knows what he's talking about. I guess. What time is it?
I'm not really sure. So, your mom leaves.
The next day she comes. And she's mad. Like,
What time?
In the morning.
I mean, were you still in bed?
And I was out there and was getting ready
You were getting ready for
for work.
So what day was that? Huh?
The 15th and the 17th. And she's like, oh, but like, you don't deserve Evelyn, you're a bad mom. Like, she was money better, it's gonna treat her better, take care of her better. She kept telling me stuff like, oh, like, you don't deserve her.
Said Evelyn was with.
Somebody who would take better care of her, she'd be happy with. Do you think I was a bad mom?
I didn't say that. I don't know that anybody said that. You know why? Because we don't know what happened. And Megan, I'm not sitting here saying this isn't feasible, but I'm confident that you know more than what you're saying to me. That's all. I'm not sitting here saying this isn't. I'm confident that you know
I don't know more than what I'm telling you.
at the minimum, your mom has told you where this child is. At the minimum,
I think it's somewhere in Mendota.
take better care. Somebody who would take better care.
Do you know the day that you ordered that press release, whatever? She kept trying to take me back up there, and I told her, I was like, look, you just give her to me. I was like, so help me God, I will not put your name into it. I will walk my ass up there with Evelyn on my head and be like, it's mad at my dad and don't want him to see the baby, like, you know, think of some bullshit. And I was like, I will let them just see the baby. I was like, you're taking me to her, just tell me.
I
that's
want
what
you to
you're
listen to what you just said.
doing.
Your mom kept trying to take you back up there.
But she wouldn't tell me why.
Megan, that is not feasible whatsoever.
Why do you think that's not?
Why would your mom say, I want to take you up there, but wouldn't say, this is where
Well,
that
she wouldn't
kid
tell me
is?
that's where we were going. That's just where the road signs were pointing to. She was taking me somewhere way up in Virginia. And the road signs were like pointing towards Mendota.
Okay. And you didn't go?
No, because she wouldn't tell me. She just kept telling me that I don't need to talk to you all, that I need to like go with her and just like leave the whole situation and stuff like that.
And she told you that you needed to know where the child was.
No, she never mentioned.
Why else would she be taking you?
She wouldn't tell me. I kept asking, she wouldn't answer me.
That makes no
And then I
sense.
told her that if she didn't take me, drop me off back up there and talk to you all, you were in the press release, and I was gonna call and be myself and be something.
She told me that somebody who would take better care, everyone was with somebody who would take better care of the child. She told you that next morning that.
No,
What else?
That I didn't deserve Evelyn. That I was a bad mom, not going to support her. Show me who she was with after.
She told you what?
Then who she was with after.
That the person or the people?
The person she was with after. And if she was safe from one for anything. Then if I love my child, I'll let her have a better life.
I love my child, what?
I'll let her have the better life. But she had with me. That's all.
Thinking that your mom bring you any money?
No,
Just ask.
the only time she's ever given me money is when me and her started hanging out again. She gave me like $20 one time because I had down in the car was in on gas and her didn't have any money.
I'm talking about this son right here.
No,
Okay.
no, she never gave me money.
What else did your mom tell you?
That's it. She just kept repeating the same like phrase over and over again. Just kept on saying if I wanted Evelyn to have a good life, it wasn't what to be. Sorry.
I just want to know why you didn't tell us this in the first place.
Because whenever she's happier, she doesn't want to be with me.
Megan,
Everybody keeps telling me I'm a bad mom and she'd be better off with anybody but me.
I want to know something.
What?
Do you think Evelyn is alive? You do. Are you confident of that? You're shaking your head yes. Does that mean yes?
You
Megan,
just don't know what they're
Megan, I want you to know something.
doing.
If Evelyn is alive and she's okay, it's okay. Okay? And I even go back to the fact that if she's not, and something just accidentally happened, it happens. It's sad, but it happens. I can't go out here though and find this child, no matter how it is, and turn around and make it okay. If when I talk to the people, they say, Megan knew this. Do you understand that? And I'm telling you, that's more feasible than you don't know at this point because Marty told a couple of different stories. If you know where the child is, I need to put my hands on it so that I can help you with this. You need to tell me, honey.
I don't have an exact idea. I just think someone had been down in my mom and dealt with that too.
that your mom hangs out with? Tell me who your mom hangs out with.
Nobody else are here at the moment. I'm arguing.
What names do you know?
You're gonna have to give me a second, I think. There's like Travis, Tristan, Billy, Kirsty.
These are all people in Mendoza.
No. I don't know anybody that she knows in Mendoza. My mom has a little like sketchy friends and they move around a lot. And Will has a lot of sketchy friends that move around a lot.
I really am trying to help, honey.
Did you find her there like ever get back?
I'm just telling you. This is the problem. The only problem is this is, I know that you want to sit here and say, hey, this first part or whatever, but if that story was true, there's no reason why you wouldn't have told me the whole thing or told those guys the whole thing the first time. Before I get up from this chair, honey, I need to know every bit of this.
I'm telling you everything I know. Even when we started hanging out again, that's just all she would tell me.
You do realize, Megan, that I know that you sat in that seat up there and you told those guys the last time that was everything you knew. But it wasn't, was it?
I'm really taking a lot of time just in sorry. If you keep on you schedule in the morning. You'll have to come get me out and right upstairs all day.
What are you going to do with the test shows that you're not being truthful? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I know that I know.
See, I've got to sit here and believe you, honey. I also believe that you feel confident that your child is still alive.
Right? Was that a bad thing?
No. But what the bad thing is if you have an idea of where it's at and you're not telling me.
I know the general area.
All right, where?
Mendoza. That's the general area.
You know what I mean.
Well, no, I don't know exactly this section of Mendoza, like that one.
I feel pretty confident that your mom probably would have said she's here or she's with so-and-so.
She never gave me a name. The only coincidence I could think of that was really like, oh, that's weird, is like that girl that mom used to hang out with just kind of disappeared, like almost exactly when we did. And the day mom got arrested, like she messaged somebody on Facebook and was back into like whatever. Mom never said people, it's always person, like singular, not like.
Why isn't it? Would you have said that if you didn't know?
Said what?
Person?
No, she never said people, it was always person. It's always the person who has her. It wasn't like, oh, the people were like, you know what I mean? It's always like one person.
Well, just listen. We'll go to the ends of the earth for this kid. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm telling you right now, lots of problems. If what you're telling me is a made-up story,
Okay.
you've done this twice.
Okay.
You can't do this.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
I know you're young, but you're now an adult. And I'm willing to tear every word up and tear this paper off and take another statement from you and forget it.
I appreciate that.
I would. I would sit right here because I don't want to see you at the age of 18 ruining your life.
Right. Look. So let's stop this for a second, right? Let's show you. So shout out to Rich. Hang on, let me show what Rich wrote on Twitter. Oh, Ted Daniels come out as well now. Link to the ruling. Hang on. So this is fucking right. The ruling is 35 pages long, people. I ain't going through it. I mean, it doesn't. I don't need to read through it. The only thing that's important is the end bit. So hang on. Yeah, Ted Daniels has an answer as well. Let me just go here. I'll post it in Discord, people. So you, hang on, I'll do that first. I'll post it in Discord so if you want to have a look at it yourselves, the whole document. I don't think you can, Keith. I don't think you can. I don't know how to message privately on YouTube either. Let me just post this because it's just come out now a minute ago. So Karen reads, and everyone right, hang on. JSC motion. Send now. So you'll just be able to go in there. If you can read the whole 35 page if you want, but it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is this bit. Conclusions. For the reason stated above, she outlines the reasons. The judge, Bev, denied it. The trial judge correctly denied the defendant's motion to dismiss a request for a post-trial jury inquiry. The case is remanded to the county court for entry of judgment denying the defendant's petition for relief. So they agree with Bev's stance. Bev has done nothing wrong. In their minds, she's done everything correctly. What helps Bev is that this is the way they do it in mass, which sucks. They need to change that. They need to change it. So yeah, like my stance always has been, my original stance was I didn't want them to challenge this because I wanted them tied in to the whole murder because they're tied in. They got all the evidence is tied in, but then they brought in fucking Brennan, didn't they? Because if Lally was prosecuted again, he couldn't change his story, but now they got Brennan in, they can change stuff. So now I'm an advocate of it should just be manslaughter. But originally I wasn't, if I'm being honest. I was like, I think that let's tie Lally in. Lally can't change the story. He can't change the narrative. But Brendan could be like, well, I'm a new prosecutor. I didn't say any of this stuff. So he can make any story up he wants now. So it sucks. It generally sucks. But yeah, that's where that is for you people. And as I say, you can go onto Discord if you remember. It's all in there for you to have a look at. What I mean is more than anything is the statements are all locked in. Everything is locked in. So the defense have more of a opportunity to be like, in the first trial, isn't it correct that the prosecution believed that this was the way things were done, whatever. They can reference a lot more stuff that Lally brought up. They can reference that everyone's tied in a lot more. Whereas now Hank Brennan's in, they're not going to do the same thing. It's going to be totally different, as you say, totally different trial. Whereas it's been a little bit more difficult with Lally. So, but they can't really do that because they can, but it's not as effective. it's not as effective. They'll still be bringing up things, Gemma Cave and all them locked in and stuff, but it's still not as effective, in my opinion, anyway. I generally think that if Lally's prosecuting this, I think it'd be a lockstep. But with Brennan, there's going to be completely different things. I don't even know if they're going to bring up Brennan. I think he's going to be bringing new witnesses. I don't think he puts many witnesses back on the stand. You know, I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know what with the jurors that they have. What is the yeah? I know. To be fair, I know you're right. I'm just disappointed. That's all I suppose. Disappointed with that verdict, that motion. But there you go. As I say, you can go through the whole 35 pages if you want, but there's nothing in it except for an explanation of what happened in the court case. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of you got to be careful what you wish for as well in a lot of cases, you know, because again, we would love them to call certain people, wouldn't we? But like for a jury, you know, you got to be careful who you bring up because a lot of jury don't like confrontation. A lot of jurors don't like confrontation, for example. So even though we're like, fucking get him, it's like the jury don't like that. Well, some jurors don't like that. So I don't know. Yeah, exactly. This is why you need to be careful. This is why you need to be careful with juries. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit despondent. I'm just a little bit despondent. So I'm pushing back a little bit. Defense didn't have a stance, but I thought maybe that, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I thought similar to you. Who knows? You're right. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, you know, like Karen said in her documentary, that thing expose, whatever it is, she's got the best lawyers around, so she's not worried. She doesn't care who's prosecuted, and you know, we need to remember that Karen's got all the fight. She's like brave as fuck. We worry, but Karen's like, bring it on. Bring it fucking on. I don't give a it's Lally. I don't give a fuck if it's Brennan. I don't give a shit who it is. I got the best team possible, so bring it on. She's ballsy. She's ballsy as fuck. So we need to take inspiration off her. I think she expected this, so this is not going to phase Karen. This is not going to phase her until she's like, okay, fine, let's go. So we should remember that. This is not going to phase her. She's going to be like, let's fucking get him, motherfuckers. Let's go, mofos. I wish she would be fucking such a brave woman. Such a brave woman. I don't know. Bev knew, yeah. Bev knew. Bev must know that this is all corrupt as well. So now that this has come back, we know FBI and AG have seen this, and if they truly believe in Karen's innocence, they'll step in. Look, I've always stayed away from the FBI stuff. I've always stepped away from it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the processes and stuff like that. That was always Sean stuff. I've never got into all that stuff. I don't know what they know or how they can step in, or in my mind, it's like this. If they did know, why haven't they stepped in? I don't get the processes of it all. So I don't really understand how it all works. I won't lie to you. So I keep out of that stuff. But yeah, you surely think that they were able to step in now. But right, let's get back to this trial then.
If an accident happened to this child, I'm willing to write it down. If you know where your child is, I'm willing to write it
Accidents
down.
never happened to everyone. she bruised her face or something while she was walking.
I'm willing to write down what happened.
I told you.
And if there's more that you know, I've got to know.
There's not. I just have theories, and I told you that. Like
And
I
this
said,
is it.
that one girl that went missing around the same time Evelyn did, like my mom hung out
Do
with
you
her.
know the child to be with that girl?
No, but don't you think it's weird they were missing around the same time? And literally, like almost down to the moment my mom was arrested, she talked to somebody.
What's the girl's name?
It's Lucy Steffi. Do I need to find her ride home from me, Christy? Thank you, Mom. Can I ask you something?
I'm listening.
What if my mom told this girl that she was adopted Evelyn? Would you get her back? Because somebody there told me no. If they thought that under the pretenses of adoption, you couldn't get back.
I don't think your mom has the right to let her be adopted out.
Well, still, like
Her name is what?
Lucy Steffi.
Spell Steffi.
I think it's Stefy maybe. I'm sorry if I spelled her last name wrong.
I was working at the chicken shack. Old mommy or the babysitter was keeping the child. I called my mom because I needed a break. This was sometime between December 14th and 16th. My mom came to my trailer. My mom had a phone, and the number is the number that Jude has
It was
now.
always Jude's phone, she just used it. Does that matter? They shared a phone.
It was
Sorry, I didn't catch that when you were on the
always Jude's phone. My mom shared it with Jude. Right? I got off work and went to the trailer. I had the 579 number. I called my mom on the way home from work. My car had Apple Play, and I called her from the car. I told her I just wanted a break.
Well, technically, I called from the babysitter's house, but to me, that's still on the way from work. So if you get down here, you're like, oh, well, you called from Sue's house, like, that means the same thing to me.
But you called her from the car, right?
Right.
And on your phone.
Right.
Okay. I told her I just wanted a break. My mom came to the trailer with Will McLeod in a small sedan. It was a dark car and it was dark outside. My mom did not come in the trailer. I handed Evelyn to her while she was outside. Evelyn was wearing a Puma track suit that was hot pink with a bow to match. The shoes were pink Puma and matched the suit. Old mommy had kept the child that day. The babysitter, Sue, also kept her that day. I left work sometime in the afternoon and picked up Evelyn. I took her to Sue's home that I think is a double wide, right?
I mean, I don't know what you call it, it just looks like double line. But it's not as long as double line. What do you want me to do?
Initial right here, so that I don't add anything to your statement.
Okay. Right here.
You see where I've marked this out?
Yeah.
Initial everywhere where I marked that and that out.
Above it?
Here's the initial right here where we added this. And then initial right here at the bottom. So I don't add anything to your statement. All right. Old mommy called. Me that day and said she was tired and could not keep her any longer. That is why I took her to Sue. I left work to do that. I called Sue and asked her to keep Evelyn that day. I went to Sue's and picked up Evelyn after work, which was around 6:30 p.m. I called my mom on my way from Sue's to my trailer. When my mom came to the door, I gave her a basket that was blue. It had overnight clothes and extra clothes. It also had diapers and milk, which was whole milk. I gave my mom the milk right out of the fridge. My mom and I could meet her tomorrow. My mom said I could meet her tomorrow and pick her up. When I called her to ask her, I'm going to say Evelyn, and pick Evelyn up. When I called her to ask her to keep Evelyn, she told me that her and Will were going to Mendota. I assumed they were going camping because Will has a camper, and that is why I assumed that. My mom called the next morning. I was getting ready for work. It was either the 15th or the 17th. My mom said that I was a bad mom and that I did not deserve Evelyn. My mom said Evelyn was with somebody who would take better care of the child. My mom said I did not deserve Evelyn. She said I was a bad mom and could not support her. All that right? Where I mark things out?
It's right here.
Uh-huh. My mom said that the person she, Evelyn, was with loved her. My mom said she was safe and would not want for anything. My mom said that if I loved my child, I would let her have a better life than she would have with me. A friend of my mom's went missing around the same time Evelyn went missing. Her name is Lucy Steffi. Is that right? Initial right there at that. Initial at the very end. Now sign and date, please.
What's this?
That's a good question. 24.
I'll see if I can remember.
Mhm. 20. Okay.
Did you want to tell me about? How is it?
It's a good question. $12:08 a.m. I'm pretty sure, I'm just thinking. Maybe. Oh, mommy quit watching the Navy before that.
No. She must have her dates wrong because she didn't know it. I know for a fact that she didn't know it. Because I had nobody else to watch her except for 2 people. Mom is also 78 years old and calls me the wrong name almost every time I see her.
I mean, I call my kids the wrong name half the time. That
And
doesn't
my
mean
dad.
there's anything wrong with my
And then
mind.
when I was going in and out of there, my dad's like, oh, I didn't see her after Thanksgiving. I'm like, he literally did. Like, Ashley has pictures of her after Thanksgiving. Or she used to, wherever that one that she had.
I don't want us to get up from this chair and miss any opportunity. I've got an 18-year-old daughter. It worries me that if I say let's get up from this chair and that there's more knowledge in your head,
There's not.
that I can,
And
that I can
if
help
think
fix,
of
that I can
anything-
help fix this problem
I'm not.
that I can't get.
If I think of anything, I'm like, oh, like, you know,
You
I
need to
just thought
think
it
of it
was-
right now.
I can't think what it was right now. It's just like 12:08. Like, what's her name?
Your child's missing. I'm worried about you. I'm worried about your child. Okay? Anything else? Sure.
Are you gonna read it, Kristen?
Right.
Thank you. Are you taking this home or something?
I'll either take you home or get somebody. Give me just a minute.
Is it gonna be like a swap, like taking this home?
Hold on.
Okay.
We'll make it a good, safe ride home. $12:11 a.m.
Agent Wilhoit, we could kind of tell as you were speaking with Ms. Boswell, you writing that statement down
Yes, sir.
on a pad. Okay. Did you go over that statement with her?
Yes, sir.
Did you allow her to correct or make any changes to what you were writing down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that indicated on the statement as well?
Yes, sir.
All right. And at the end of the statement, did you have her sign and date it?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign and date it as well?
Yes, sir, I did.
And when you took this statement, you started talking with her, I guess, shortly before midnight on the 23rd.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? And then you finished, I believe you turned off the recording at 12:11 a.m. on the 24th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Objection.
You recognize it?
Yes, sir.
Is that a copy of the statement that you took from Megan Boswell on the February 23rd into February 24th of 2020?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you recognize her signature at the end of that statement?
Yes, sir.
And you sign that as well?
Yes, sir.
Judge, we'd move to make that Exhibit 229.
The full exhibit 229 over the objection.
Agent Wilhoit, during the course of your all's investigations, you all ever receive or discover any evidence that Evelyn had been given to another person in Mendota, Virginia?
Not to my knowledge, sir.
If you would answer any questions Mr. Scott has for you.
Good morning, Agent Wilhoit. How are you?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Good. Thank you for asking. You took this statement on February the 23rd. It appears it started up into the night. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
How long had Megan been at the sheriff's department that day prior to that statement being taken? Do you know?
I don't.
Did you Mirandize her?
No, sir.
The statement, the subject matter of the statement, obviously you're aware that several other statements have been taken from her.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're in charge of the field office in Johnson City, basically, right?
Yes, sir.
So that means you review and sign off on everything that's done in every case.
In the field division, yes, sir.
So everything that Agent Gratz is doing, you're reviewing and you're signing off on.
Yes, sir.
So You were aware that she had been interviewed several times prior to your interview.
Several being, I guess, I don't know, but yes, she had been interviewed prior to that, Mr. Scott. You are correct.
Okay. And your interview was essentially a continuation on the same subject matter of the prior interviews.
Could you repeat the question?
Your interview was a continuation of the subject matter of the prior interviews, being the disappearance of Evelyn Boswell.
Well, it was a different interview, but I guess I was questioning her about Evelyn, which I think was the subject of every interview.
Sure. That's all the questions I have, Judge. Actually, no, I can ask one more thing. Were you aware that the TBI had provided Megan with a cell phone on the 23rd?
I apologize, Mr. Scott. I can't recall that. I believe that was the case, yes. But I don't know. I don't know the details of that. I'm sorry.
So you don't know that cell phone could have been used to track her to see if she'd went to the location after the 23rd where the body was found? If you know.
I don't.
That's all the questions I have, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Redirect,
No, Your Honor.
is he free to go?
For the state, yes.
Judge, he is, I would ask that he be subject to recall, but free to leave the courthouse.
Agent Wilhoit, your testimony right now is over. However, you are subject to being recalled. You don't have to stay at the courthouse. Just make sure we can get a hold of him and get you here soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next.
Statement called Special Agent Paul Durant.
I thought she was. But maybe she wasn't. I thought she signed something. But I may have been daydreaming.
Can I prove nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Please tell the jury your name and where you're employed.
My name is Paul Durant. I'm a special agent with the FBI assigned to the Johnson City RA.
Okay. And is your last name spelled Durant?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been employed in that capacity?
I've been employed with the FBI for about 5.5 years.
Okay. And you stated your title was special agent?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell the jury a brief description of your current duties with the FBI?
So as a special agent with the FBI, I'm primarily assigned to investigate crimes against children. So anything with sexual exploitation, kidnapping, human trafficking, things of that nature.
Okay. Can you give the jury a brief summation of your education?
Yes. So I have a bachelor's degree in finance that I attained from the University of Central Florida. I have a second bachelor's degree in biomedical science, which I also attained from the University of Central Florida.
Okay. And during the time you were employed with the FBI, were you asked to aid in the investigation of missing child Evelyn Boswell?
I was.
What were you tasked with doing at that time?
So the FBI in general was tasked with supporting our local and state partners. We did anything from interviews to phone extractions to assisting interviews outside of the state. Primarily, my responsibility was reviewing all of our documentation and looking for any patterns and things like that.
Okay. When you say documentation, are you referencing digital documentation or other items?
Mostly digital documentation, as well as like interviews and notes and stuff like that from the other investigative agents.
Okay. And from the time you first assisted until now, have you continued to receive training in the area of forensic examination of digital devices?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Can you tell the jury briefly what type of training you've received?
I received training through the FBI as part of the Computer Analyst Response Team technician, as well as the Digital Evidence Examination technician.
Okay. When you say response team, what does that mean exactly?
Essentially, like any of the response teams, are teams that can be deployed. We can go to search warrants. For example, like we call it CART for short. The CART team would join investigative agents in the field. We would examine any computers that were on and available during the time, as well as cell phones, and then bring those back to our office for further examination and extraction.
So CART is short for Computer Analysis Response Team.
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been a part of that team?
I believe about 3 years now.
Okay. And have we sufficiently covered your training regarding digital evidence, or is there anything else you would like the jury to know?
So that's the majority of my training with digital evidence.
Does the FBI utilize forensic digital evidence equipment to aid you in your investigations?
Yes. So we have several different forensic softwares that are FBI approved, as well as specific devices to help us extract and image electronic devices.
Okay. And we'll briefly go into what the FBI utilizes. When it comes to cellular devices like telephones, what would a digital analysis entail regarding cell phones?
So regarding cell phones, we do what we call extractions of cell phones. So we'll use a forensic software to extract different data from the cell phones. There's several different extraction methods that you can use. Three main ones. The first one is kind of a logical extraction. Essentially what that does is we ask the cell phone, what can you provide us? And the cell phone will provide us X data. The next analysis that we can do or extraction that we can do, it's called a file system extraction. That's kind of where our software goes into the cell phone and then tries to pull as much data as we can from that cell phone. The last extraction that we can perform is called a physical extraction. Essentially, that is a bit-for-bit copy of whatever that electronic device is.
Okay. And just so we know, when you say extraction, do you mean taking the information off of that device to be able to utilize what you're looking at?
By extraction, yes, we don't take anything physically off of that device, but we make a copy of those items on that device and put it onto another, like electronic storage media.
Okay.
So we're not changing anything on the device. We have different methods that ensure that we have made a what we call a forensic copy of that device.
So it's essentially a copy of what was on that device.
Correct.
Okay. You've done this a little bit, can you tell the jury how that's done? How does a technician take that copy from a cellular device and put it into another place?
Yeah, so we'll connect that electronic device up to like our computers and our forensic extraction software. We use things like write blockers to ensure that no information from our devices or our computer is transferred over to the cell phone. Once the data is extracted from that device, we'll go ahead and ensure that a copy has been made, a forensic copy. We do that through hash verification. There's two different ones that we use. One is MD5 hash, and the other one is SHA-256 hash. Essentially, what a hash is like a fingerprint of that electronic device. It just shows that we made a exact forensic copy of that content.
Okay.
Once that content is created, we transfer that to another electronic storage medium, whether that's a USB drive, whether that's just any kind of external media drive. And then we run a hash verification to ensure that that copy was not altered during that transfer process.
Okay.
That is typically what is done best practice.
Okay. Can you tell the jury what types of digital of cellular telephones?
Yes.
Have you previously performed analysis of social media extractions from search warrants?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, we would ask that he be made an expert in the area of forensic analysis of digital devices.
That's the board orders. Sir, how long have you been employed by the FBI?
I've been employed by the FBI for about 5.5 years, since September of 2019.
And in that time, how many times have you been qualified as an expert in court? Or have you?
I don't believe I've been qualified as one as per a digital evidence extraction. So I've been qualified in the areas of child investigation, like child crime investigations.
But as far as digital forensics, you have not been qualified previously?
No, I don't believe so.
And if we could go back to your training, if you would go over that again with me, specifically as it relates to digital forensics, what training do you have?
In terms of digital forensics, so I have two trainings that I pretty much attended to. One was the computer analyst response team technician. Essentially, that is the one that I explained that you kind of go out there and you're able to collect those electronic devices and then kind of take them back, prepare to do like the digital extraction portion.
Okay. And how long was that course?
So that course was 2 weeks.
Okay. What other training do you have?
So I also am authorized as a digital evidence examination technician. Essentially what that one is that's the actual like extraction process of being able to extract the data and search through the data for information, evidence of crime.
Did you go to a course for that?
Yes.
How long was that course?
It was about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks.
Yeah. So both courses were 2 weeks long.
You have specialized training in the software you're using?
In the software?
Yes.
Yeah, we were shown how to use the software, and we use that software in our cases.
Okay. When you say you were shown how to use the software, what type of training do you actually have with the software?
That was part of that training program where we actually get the software, we review what the software can do, and then we use that in order to extract digital evidence.
And your formal education background is a degree in finance and a degree in biomedical science.
Yes.
Do you have any formal education as far as college or anything like that as it relates to digital forensics, downloading phones, so forth?
No college experience with that, no.
Thank you. Good approach.
Yeah, I think it was the last trial we watched. Oh, I don't remember what it was now, but they were for Dyer in front of the jury as well. And I was like, what? Yeah, what's going on here? So there's a few that recently have seen them do that. I suppose I think it's just keeping it legit because we hear about all their credentials, so we should see the other side of it, I suppose. So I think it's quite good, you know. I think it's for Dyer in his background. I think if it was his testimony, they wouldn't be there, if you know what I mean. If it was testimony, he wouldn't be there, obviously. But I think they do for Dyer during just the CV aspect of it. He couldn't for Dyer, well, what are you going to tell us then? You know, so there's an element on it. So I think it's totally fine. You're mixed up. I'm lazy, fell asleep. No surprise. No, I think it's absolutely fine as long as it's just for the what do you call it? CV element of it. I think the jury get to see it. I think it's good. Now his testimony is different, and I think they would be sent to the back then for the testimony. But I think it can be confusing as to what they are doing with it. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because you're right. Most people don't know what Dyer is or what they're doing. You're right. Oh, here we go.
Agent Grant.
Yes.
During the course of your career, how many of these digital forensic analysis have you performed?
I've extracted and analyzed, I would say, approximately 30 cell phones or mobile devices, kind of cell phones, iPads, stuff like that. And in terms of computers, probably about another 20 for computers in terms of like laptops, external hard drives, and things like that.
General, what field were you asking if you have you qualified specifically?
In forensic analysis of digital devices.
I'm going to overrule the defendant's objection. He'll be declared to be an expert in forensic analysis of digital devices
Thank you, Your Honor.
based on his training and his experience.
I've never seen one that close before. I've never seen a judge go into tank like that before. Yeah, some sort of. I think it's just explaining to the jury, isn't it? Just saying this is what Vodire is here, people. We're just gonna have some questions about his CV, whether he is qualified or not. I suppose we do the whole thing about this is his CV. Is showing that, well, it is showing that we're being serious about our experts, I suppose. He's not qualified as an expert. The judge has said he's an expert, which is right. We can listen to it now. So I don't know. I don't mind it.
Okay. So we're going to back up just a few questions back to the cellular. I believe you were testifying as to the cellular phone analysis and software that the FBI used. I believe we talked about the types of data that can be, and I think that was actually my next question. When we're talking about cellular phones or cellular devices, can you tell the jury what types of data can be obtained from an extraction of a cellular device?
Yes, so extractions of cellular devices can provide a lot of different data, such as images, videos, text messages. You could do web searches, GPS, pretty much anything that could be stored on a cell phone can be found through an extraction of the cell phone.
Okay. And is every cell phone the same, or are you able to obtain duplicate copies of, like, say, two individuals have Facebook on their phones? Do you always get full records on each device, or can that be different depending on the device itself?
It really depends upon the device, depends upon what the software update is. If some have older software versus newer software updates, there's a lot of different factors that can play into what can be extracted from an electronic device. In terms of social media, when you're extracting social media information from the device, it's only the information that is found on it. So a lot of social media companies will store stuff in like the cloud or off of your cell phone. So when you do an extraction, you may only get a couple of days of social media conversations. You may get more, you may get less. You may not get any at all. It really just depends upon the extraction method used and the data that was stored on the actual electronic device.
Okay. Do you also, as part of your training and experience, also analyze social media extractions based on search warrants?
Yes.
Okay. Do those tend to offer more information than pulling social media directly from a cellular device?
Yes. So information that you obtain through a search warrant for a social media company is going to have a more complete record of the conversations and the activity on that account, as opposed to one that is pulled from an electronic device.
Okay. And can you tell the jury why that is?
So kind of like I stated before, the information that you're going to get from an extraction of an electronic device is only going to be the information that's found on that device when you do the extraction. So, so one of the things that we do when we do an extraction is we put, like, for example, the cell phone in airplane mode. And in airplane mode, the cell phone is not able to communicate with any of the servers, the social media servers. So it's just whatever's on that device at that time is what you can get. However, when you do legal process through social media, they have access to all the information that they would store. All that information that would be on a cloud account can then be provided to law enforcement through legal process.
Okay. You may have already asked this when the judge asked you these questions. Have you previously performed a digital analysis of cellular telephones?
Yes.
Have you also performed analysis of computers?
Yes.
And what about social media extractions from search warrants?
Yes.
And were you provided with digital extractions in the case we're here on today?
I was.
Okay. Do you know what types of digital extractions you were provided with?
Yes. So the two main ones were a few cell phone extractions as well as social media search warrant returns.
Okay. Were any of those directly linked to the defendant, Megan Boswell?
Yes.
Okay. What were you specifically asked to do with the information that you were given?
I was asked to review the social media search warrant proceeds from Ms. Boswell's Facebook account and Instagram account.
Okay. And tell us what proceeds are.
Proceeds. So when you submit a search warrant to social media companies, essentially what they send you back is the proceeds of that warrant. So when I say search warrant proceeds, I mean all the information that's Facebook or Instagram or any social media has provided the law enforcement officer.
Okay. And were you actually able to perform an analysis on the defendant's social media that was provided to you?
Yes, I reviewed both the Facebook and Instagram accounts.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go with the officer.
Everyone stand, please. You may be seated. Thank you.
Well, first, the state of Tennessee has fulfilled the notice requirement by filing a written notice of intent to introduce these documents, and we were not at any time notified by the defense that they were going to be opposing these. But also under Rule 902, it falls under a self-authenticating document because it is records of regularly conducted activity. And the case law is clear that a self-authenticating affidavit is sufficient on being able to bring these records in.
Judge, as it relates to pretrial notice, my reading of Rule 12 of the Tennessee Rules of Criminal Procedure basically sets out 5 things that must be raised pretrial: defects in the institution of the prosecution, defect in the indictment, so forth, motion to suppress, request for discovery, and a motion to sever. None of those things include this. I've objected because that affidavit is not an affidavit; it's a statement, and it should be sworn to in front of someone who is qualified to give an oath. And for it to qualify under 902, I think it has to be an actual affidavit sworn to by someone qualified to give an oath.
Your Honor, if you would like, we would be happy to provide you with a case that allows for this document to be sufficient. It's on page 16.
Could I see it?
Yeah.
So you get that copy. You have a copy for the pen?
I'm trying to find it. Yep.
This is the 31st day of January 2025. It was filed February 3rd with the clerk's office. But it included a copy of the certificate of authenticity of domestic records of regularly conducted activity. Mr. Scott is correct that there does not appear on this document a notary from the state of California. I do know that in every other respect that the certificate of authenticity complies with both rules 803, 6, and 902, 11. And the certificate of authenticity declares under penalty of perjury that the certificate is true and correct to the best of this person's knowledge. And it has the logo, Facebook, all the documents. I'm looking at the case that was handed up, State versus Benitez, 2022 Westlaw 123-1075. Quoting State versus Ferguson, 741 Southwest 2nd, 125. That the circumstances must only show with reasonable assurance the identity of the evidence. And the court satisfied that this certificate complies with that standard. So I'm going to overrule the objection and the state of evidence continue. We'll take about 10 more minutes of break. So
Thank you.
I'm gonna hand it back to you.
Right, okay. Hi, Mark. How are you, sir? Good to see you, Mark. Okay. Hang on, people. Where we at here? Hang on. Whilst Robin G's out in the Glen, let me just check something here. Robin's chasing all the men, everybody. So I need to do this real quick. Robin G's out on the Glen. Right, so everybody, if you missed it this morning, just a little something here. You'll see in here, this is the link to the meal train for Amy in Boston. Obviously, those of you who are regulars here know that she's just had cancer treatment for breast cancer. So if you are so inclined and able to afford to do so, please consider donating for her. She's obviously going through a tough time at the minute. You know, we try and give in the world wherever possible. And if you are able to give, brilliant. If not, then there's other ways to support as well, obviously. You know, wish her all the love in the world in her recovery, her and Caden, her young boy. So, yeah. Robin says she's at the doctor's today. She had a little setback. So we are praying for Amy right now. Hope she's on the way to recovery and hope the setback isn't going to really set her back. It's times like this that you put things into perspective about what's important in life. So our thoughts and prayers are with Amy. And as I say, if you can afford to give a little bit, no matter how much it is, then, you know, I'm sure she'll be very grateful. But yeah, there you go, everybody. Right. Let me just do this. There. Sorry, people, just got to do this quickly. There you go. Thank you, everybody. All right, I'm doing it mine now. That's why I was like, "Where's my wallet gone?" My wallet's in my gym trousers, so I'll do mine very quickly now, so that I can, because otherwise I'll forget. I've donated $50 before, and I'll donate 25 this time, because same as all of you, money can be sometimes a little bit tight. So, but you know, I'm sure I can afford $25. Oh shit, for her. Let me just do this now quickly. My card number is, hang on, where is it? So my card number is 5864 7780 9812 6079. Expiration date is, what's that month? Is the 12th of 26. Security code is 983. Okay, good. Country, United Kingdom. Postal code there. Oh, 77. Okay. There. Oh, what's my personal code again? 627 569 385 432. Okay. I know, I did give you my numbers out, don't worry. I is joking. Don't you worry, but I just donated $25 to Amy. So that easy. It took me that much time to do it. So it is super easy. Super easy. I'll say I did donate to the main page, but I'll do the meal train this time then. Oh, Deb has done $25 as well. And Anonymous, I imagine Anonymous is from this page as well, has done $20. So thank you, everybody. As a channel, we've now raised $70. Happy days. Where the fuck? I just lost my shoe. I just lost my trainer. Oh, I see it. Eric Hack's like, dude, don't do that to me. Mute, buddy. Don't worry, I did give out some numbers as I wasn't supposed to, maybe, but yeah. What? Why is all this money coming out of my account for? Why is it all going to the meal train? What the fuck? Everyone's gone back and looking at what my codes are. No, I'm joking. Obviously, it was fake, everybody. It was fake. Don't worry. Be happy. Erin Hack's on the floor having a heart attack. She's like, oh, I thought you gave your out. Same here. Don't you worry. I wish I could give more. To her. Obviously, but you know, got bills as well, so it's hard. But yeah, much love to her and Hayden out there. No worries, I hope you enjoy the handbag. $1,200, fucking expensive. There you go. Right, I can get out of that now. You'll be giving lots now. I know we get notifications every 2 seconds now, won't I? Be meal train, handbag, meal train, new shoes, meal train, something else. That CC down number for nothing. Ah, damn. I imagine someone's got that number somewhere in the world. The flight would be that expensive. Well, actually, no. Yeah, you have to get 2 flights to get to Wales. I just booked some stuff this morning. That's why I need to be careful how much I spend. But I've only got my travel insurance left to book now for Boston, and I think I'm pretty much done then. I pay for my Airbnb and my flights now. I paid for 90% of my Airbnb, I think. I think they take a little bit out at the end. And my flights, everything's booked. So if it wasn't for that trip, I'd probably be able to give a little bit more. But yeah, hopefully you do well. As I say, Lisa Reed's coming from Michigan as well. Hippie Chick's come from Indiana. I don't know who else is coming from out of state, but then we got people in state then. That's what's been quiet. Dana's been quiet today. Well, I don't like it when Dana's quiet, because that means he's pretending to work somewhere. I don't like that. Everybody. Want to meet the crew? Yeah, I think there'll be quite a few people. There's a lot of people from Boston in the chat anyway. So obviously some people can't make it. But yeah, we'll be doing vlogs anyway. Busy buying the right now. Ah, jeepers, lazy. Everybody, yeah, rock your body, yeah, yeah, rock your body, right. Bet Dean and Dennis, I have your card. I know they need to buy Speedos, I know. Especially Dennis, he's hung like a horse, like, you know. Need some extra large ones. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, nice one, Robin G. So that's $120 we raised this morning as the alternate corner, El Chatty. Thank you, everybody. Robin G gave 50. Thank you, my darling. There you go. Well, even though you would have given anyway, but we'll still take credit for it. Not that we need to take credit. Who cares where it's come from, as long as you support people. I always look at this as give if you can, because you never know when you need it, you know. And I'd hope that one day, if I ever need something, that people would donate. So we don't know how lucky we are. Ba 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 ba. Right, I'm going to click out of that. Oh my days. Oh my days. Have you seen the news, people? Big, big news. If this happens, this is amazing. Hang on. Let me get on the screen for you. Cara Reid related news. Defendant's motion for admission of pro-hack vice of Mark Bedrow. Mark Bedrow. Yeah, I know. That's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing. That's good news. That means, you know, she's got the A team. Do you know what I mean? She's got the A team. Let me get the stream back up. Hey, what did you miss? You missed the fact that Sassy was here. Sassy was here. I did tell her that you were looking for her, Dana. Dana, yeah. Bedro is going to be, well, hopefully, on Karen's team, hopefully. Why is this like this? Bright Speedos. Right, what's going on here? Green's your favourite colour? They're coming back, I think. Here we go. It's the court that haven't got. Yeah, court's muted, not me. The court have got to muted, not me. Before people start, the guy on the fucking TV has got muted. His producer will no doubt text him now and say, "Unmute yourself." But yeah, it's the courts, not me, people. Hi, Stacey. How are you feeling? Yeah, we did see it. We
Okay.
did see it.
And can you tell the jury why?
So we just covered it now. I saw it, so we put it up. Stacey, it's good news, isn't it? Especially after she got denied the motion. That's great news.
Something like this is important pursuant to an investigation.
Yes, Mark, that is a very good point. I'm sorry you feel like shit, my darling.
Essentially, why this is important is it shows that the records that we received for the specific count we received it from are accurate.
Okay. All right, that can be passed back down. Thank you. To your knowledge, do you know who owns Instagram?
Yes, Instagram and Facebook are both owned by Meta.
Okay. And were you able to conduct an analysis on Facebook and Instagram records of the defendant, Megan Boswell?
Yes.
And were these records obtained via a valid search warrant for those records?
Yes.
Okay. In reviewing, I guess let me ask you this. Were you able to review all of the information, not just the Facebook and Instagram records, but all of the information that you were provided regarding digital evidence in this case?
Yes, I reviewed a number of different phone extractions as well as search warrant returns.
Okay. Based upon this, were you able to identify conversations pertinent to this investigation?
Yes.
Have you identified and reviewed those in preparation for court today?
Yes. Is located on Miss Boswell's Facebook account.
Okay. And is it a conversation between the defendant and someone else?
Yes.
And who is the other person?
It is Haley Spiro.
Okay. And is that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation that you reviewed on Megan Boswell's Facebook search warrant extraction?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell me the date of that conversation?
This was on December 8th, 2019.
Your Honor, at this time, we would ask that be admitted as exhibit number 231.
Objection. No, sir. Approach up here for just a second.
Here we go. Oh, Daffodil. Yeah, Daffodil was here this morning. It was not lovely to see you in the chat. Beep, 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 beep.
There's no objection to 231, subject to the court's previous ruling.
And permission to publish, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Okay. Agent Durant, is this the conversation we were just discussing?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell me what the defendant states right after it shows that she called Haley on the phone?
So the defendant states, I'll have to double check with her dad as her, or her dad has her, but I should have an extra.
Okay.
And then it goes to, I don't think I sent them all with him, but then again, I might have because I'm irresponsible.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, has to be subject to my prior objection before it's overruled.
I'm going to pass you two documents. We're going to go through them one at a time. You could look first at the one with the earliest date on it, please.
Okay.
And do you recognize that document?
I do.
And can you tell me what it is?
So it's a conversation between the defendant, I believe it was Alexia Roop.
Okay. And what's the date of that conversation?
December 18th, 2019.
Okay. And then for the second page that I handed you, who was the conversation with on that second page?
So this one was, and also a conversation from that Facebook social media proceeds, also between the defendant and Alexia Roop.
Okay. And what is the date of that conversation?
That is December 27th of 2019.
And are those both fair and accurate representations of the conversations that you reviewed on the defendant's Facebook search warrant extraction?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, we'd ask that those be made as separate exhibits for the 12/18 date, exhibit number 232, and for the December 27th date, exhibit number 233.
For the full exhibit, subject to the defendant's prior objection.
Thank you.
Thank you. Permission to publish. Okay, first we'll go to the December 18th message. Alexia Roop says, so I'm probably never going to get this money, am I? LOL. And what does the defendant say?
The defendant says, I'm really sorry. I've been busy. I've been so busy. My child's father took her from me, and it's been one thing after another. And I'm sorry I've not been able to meet and stuff. Sundays are my only day off and the only time I really have to meet.
And next, we'll go to the December 27th conversation.
Mhm.
Alexia says to the defendant, you never sent it. And what does the defendant say?
Defendant says, I honestly have to get a new one, have to go get a new one. Can I give you my social? And you try that card. I put money on it again.
And then Alexia says, yeah, I can try. And what does the defendant say?
I'm sorry. I'm just so busy and like in a custody fight with Evelyn's dad right now. And I'm exhausted, to be honest with you. And I'm trying to keep up with everything as is. I'm really hoping we can get that prepaid card figured out.
Okay. Ask you one page and ask if you recognize it.
I do.
Okay, can you tell us what it is?
It's another conversation from the Facebook warrant between Miss Boswell and Jesse Rosenbaum.
Okay, and is that a fair and accurate? Let me ask you, what is the date of that conversation?
It's January 13th, 2020.
Okay, is that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation as you saw it on that social media extraction?
Yes.
Okay, we'd ask that be made exhibit number 234.
234.
Okay, permission to publish. Okay. If you could tell us what the defendant says on January 13th of 2020.
So the defendant says, I lost custody of Evelyn to Ethan, and I've been in a mood. I really don't want to deal with their shit right now. I've not told anyone but you that. He told me our court date was a different date than what it was, and I didn't know, so I was late to it.
Okay. And then Jesse Rosenbaum says, damn, that sucks. Effed up shit. You could call a retrial. And then what does Megan say?
I'm trying to. I've not even told anyone that happened yet. I just don't want to deal with them, you know. And then she also says, like they always drag me into their problems, then bitch at me for being in their problems after they put me in the middle. LOL.
Okay. And you 2 pages. And ask you the same thing if you can recognize them.
I do.
Okay. And can you tell us what it is?
It's a conversation between Christopher Hall and Ms. Boswell.
Okay. And the date of that conversation?
January 26, 2020.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of how that looked when you analyzed Megan Boswell's Facebook extraction?
Yes.
We would ask that be made exhibit number 235.
Exhibit 235. What was that date?
January 26, 2020. Permission to publish? Okay. So Christopher Hall asks, how's Evelyn? And what does the defendant say?
Defendant says, good, mean as fuck.
And he says, aw. And what does Megan Boswell say?
She says, she hates me.
Okay. Okay. May we approach your honor?
Oh, sidebar. Sidebar. So, bad news this morning about the motion for Karen. But good news. That looks like they're going to add Mark Bedrow onto the team. So, yeah, 50-50 day for Karen today. As long as Judge Bev allows it, obviously. She still can deny Mark Bedrow to be on the defense team, but that would be ill-advised of her. But then she doesn't give a fuck, anyway, does she? Oh, my love. Ba, 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 da, 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 da.
Okay, I'm going to pass you 2 pages. And ask if you can identify that.
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us what it is?
So it's this was a conversation on Facebook between the defendant and the Miss Shirley Lowry.
Okay. And what was the date of that conversation?
This was February 18th, 2020.
Okay, is that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation from the defendant's Facebook extraction?
Yes.
We'd ask that be made exhibit number 236.
The full exhibit 236.
Permission to publish.
Go ahead.
Okay. For the first page of this, I'm trying to get a little bit bigger. Can you just read to the jury what the defendant says on February 18th of 2020?
So the first message that comes through is hello, question mark. The next message is, if you want to know what's going on, I couldn't bring Evelyn over because Ethan wouldn't let me pick her up and I have court in the morning. I'm sorry, and I hate to be rude about this, but you don't have any rights to my child, and what goes on between me, her, and her dad stays between me, her, and her dad. So the following message is, I have court in the morning to set up a specific plan where he has her 1 week and I have her another.
Okay. And is that conversation, let me make it smaller. Okay. And then for the record, there's a photograph there, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and what does the defendant say after that photograph?
She says, this was her when I saw her last weekend, and then follows up with, if dad didn't flip out when I come on the property, I'd bring her by. Not that it's any of your business, though, and don't involve anyone else in it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that up for just a second because I want to ask you some questions about this photograph. So again, we're looking at the date, February 18th, 2020. Is that right?
Yes.
And that's the date the message was sent to Shirley Lowry.
Yes.
Okay. Were you able to determine, based upon your analysis of the defendant's Facebook, is that picture an accurate representation of being taken the weekend before February 18th of 2020?
No.
Can you tell me how you know that picture is an old picture?
While reviewing the conversations from the search warrant proceeds, I located that same photo, which was sent to Ethan on November 30th of 2019.
Okay. Same thing. I'm going to ask if you're able to identify that.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what it is?
It's a conversation between Kristen Arnett and the defendant.
Okay. And is there a date on that conversation?
February 22nd, 2020.
Okay. Is that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation between the defendant and Kristen Arnett on that date from her Facebook proceeds?
Yes.
We'd ask that be made exhibit number 237.
237.
Permission to publish.
Okay.
I'll try to make this one a little bit bigger. Christian Arnett says, honey, I pray that you come out of this. I pray you and that baby are both safe. All you got to do is be honest, honey. I'm praying so hard for you. And what does the defendant say in response?
I am being 100% honest and trying to help find my baby. I was scared of the person who took her. Thank you.
Okay, pass you a document. Do you recognize that document?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
This was a conversation between the defendant and Hunter.
Hunter Wood?
Hunter Wood, yes.
Okay, and is there a date for that conversation?
There is. It's December 27th of 2019.
Okay, and is that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation as you viewed it during your analysis?
Yes.
We'd ask that be made exhibit number 238.
Full exhibit 238. Subject to trial.
And permission to publish. Okay. If you can, just tell us what the defendant says to Hunter Wood on December 27th and December 28th.
On December 27th, the defendant says, text me again so I have your number. I ended up just swapping phones with her. And then follows on with, hey, I'm going to leave here soon. Ethan and I talked and he's going to stay home. And then is followed by, he thinks that what would be best also because I'm obviously not a very stable parent right now. And Evelyn doesn't want to come home with me.
Okay. Okay, same question.
Yes, I recognize this.
Can you tell me what it is?
So it's a conversation between the defendant and Hunter.
Okay, and what is the date of that?
The date of this one is February the 19th of 2020.
Okay, and is that a fair and accurate representation of the conversation that you viewed pursuant to your analysis of the defendant's social media?
Yes.
Okay, we'd ask that be made exhibit number 239.
Full exhibit 239, subject to 25.
And permission to publish. If you could read to the jury each of these text bubbles from the defendant to Hunter Wood on February 19th of 2020.
Yes. It says, hey, I have no clue why you're mad at me, but I've been waiting for mom for fucking hours at the BP. Can I please come sleep in your truck if I get a ride there? And she says, like, seriously, I've done nothing. I've not done anything for you to be mad at me. I love you, and I was supposed to leave so long ago, and I tired as fucking hell. I'm also pregnant with your child, so you could let me sleep in your truck. I'm gonna just come anyways and sleep in it when I can find a ride. I'm so tired, and I needed you tonight, but thank you, Hunter. I might just say fuck it and come in. And then she tried to call, and Hunter missed a call. And then the final one is, I've tried to call.
Okay.
I think she was 17 or 18. Oh, Jinx, Mexi. Yeah, 17 or 18. Like late 17, early 18s type of thing, you know? Because baby Evan died when she was 12 months and found her at 15 months. I believe she was like 19 then.
Okay, I'm going to pass you 7 pages. Take a moment to look through that. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to view that exhibit?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what it is?
So it's a conversation between the defendant and Hunter.
Okay. Hunter Wood.
Hunter Wood. Yes.
Okay. And is there a date on that conversation?
Yes, February 22nd of 2020.
Okay. And is that also a fair and accurate representation of the conversation as you viewed it when you did an analysis of the defendant's social media?
Yes.
We'd ask that be made exhibit number 240.
He collected exhibit 240, subject to the court's trial.
Permission to publish.
Go ahead.
We're just gonna go through it page by page.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What does Megan Boswell start out saying on February 22nd of 2020?
The defendant states, "Hey, I texted you just so that you know it's really me.
And Hunter Wood says, change your Facebook name. And what does the defendant say?
I will in a few. Will you please bring me a change of clothes? TBI is in North Carolina with my mom. Literally, I don't care what clothes are. I just don't have anything at the moment."
And Hunter said, they said there was no baby with her though. I'm at my mom's. And what does the defendant say?
She's still under arrest and being questioned. Can you please do that for me though?
And then Hunter says, yeah, but where's the baby? I just want the baby to be found safely. What does the defendant say?
Dad won't let me go anywhere because of the situation. Hunter, I can't disclose stuff to you on here about what TBI is doing.
Then Hunter says, but please assure to me that the baby will be found and brought home safely. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Then what does, I'll scroll down in a second. What does the defendant say in response to that?
Hunter, I have full faith in the TBI and everyone I've spoken to that they will get the truth out of my mom and bring my baby back to me. Can you come talk? ? Or your mom? ? I just can't disclose anything much more over the internet at this point in time or over the phone. And I hope you can understand that.
Okay, I'll move that up a little bit. And if you could continue.
If you don't want to, I'll speak to your mom and she can tell you. Also tell her thank you for reporting the car missing. If mom has told you anything that is off-putting, please let me know. If she told you anything at all. Please tell me, please, anything at all. Did she ever mention Mendota to you? She kept trying to take me there, and I'm trying to find a ride up there to go looking.
Okay. Oh, I'll make this one smaller. Okay. And what does the defendant, I guess it's a continuation from the last page. What does she say?
So please let me know if you know anything about Mendota. I know it's late, but can you take me somewhere in Mendota, along a river? Mom used to talk about it.
And Hunter says, get your dad or TBI to take you. And what does the defendant say?
I can't get a hold of David, and there's no way in hell Dad will take me.
Okay. And then what does the defendant say?
David's not replying to me, probably because they're down in North Carolina dealing with my mother.
And then Hunter Wood says, I'll contact Chris Wilhoit and see what he says to do. And what does the defendant say?
Who is that? I don't know exactly where it is.
And Hunter says, the leading TBI agent. What does the defendant say?
I just know a river in Mendota. Someone told Dad they wanted to talk to him.
Okay. And then what does the defendant say?
Same place Mom got arrested for trespassing in Scott County, Holston River.
And then Hunter says, what does that have to do with the baby? And what does the defendant say?
Only place I know she might be connected with in Mendota. Dad is on the phone with someone right now. Something about who reported the car she saw. She says she would only talk to Dad and that she had important information.
Okay. And what does she say in that last message?
Dad's on the phone with her recording the call.
This is the last page. I might have to make this one a little bit bigger. Then Hunter says, what did they say? And what does the defendant say back to Hunter?
She said, my mom dropped the baby off behind a church 3 days ago. They're looking into the church thing right now. She said a church off 394. I think she said Feathers Chapel. Dad talked to her. Not sire, but I'm losing my shit right now and have no one. I have to find Evelyn now. It's been 3 days already. What if she's cold and hungry?
Okay, and then what does she say? Let me go up a little bit with where it starts. Hunter, please.
Hunter, please, no one will take me to look for her mom. Had to have dropped her off somewhere. Please help me find my baby. And she continues, says, if you won't take me, I'm literally going to steal a car. I don't care. I'm sitting at Food City with the cops. Hunter, if she dropped her off 3 days ago, time is ticking fast. And she says, hey, TBI has some sort of update. I'm about to head up there now. I'll let you know. I'll let you and Melissa know. And then she ends with, are you up? ?
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, may we approach?
Come on. They'll probably go for lunch in a little bit.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have you go with the officer. I've just been informed your lunch is here. We'll start back at, probably 1:15.
Everyone stand.
Okay, there you go, people. So as you know, I got another streaming on this afternoon, so that comes back at 1:15. So, right, I'm gonna go off that because I'm gonna make dinner very quickly, and then I'll be back. So you should be redirected to the stream. It just won't be live if you want to chat. If not, I'll see you at 1:15 back on that stream. Love you all. Thank you very much. See you in a bit. Ta-ra.